Hello, this is Maria. Welcome to my YouTube channel, my amazing family. Today we're going to be making Tejano style enchiladas with some rice, some Mexican rice, como le dicen, arroz mexicano. First of all, I just want to show you that I use the yellow corn tortillas to make the enchiladas. Only because that's how my grandma taught me, and they do come out a lot more delicious and better if you make them with the yellow corn tortillas instead of the white corn. I'm sorry, but I'm not a big fan of the white corn tortillas. I use yellow corn for everything besides flour tortillas, and I make those homemade, and that'll be on another day, another video. So my enchiladas Tejanas, they consist of sharp cheddar cheese. I have ground beef that I just made real quick on the stove, and I made some chile con carne with some onions. Again, it has also beans and ground beef. You can also buy it out of the can, which works the same. And then I also melted some Velveeta cheese for nachos, but I use this for the topping. Stay tuned because it's gonna be delicious. Okay, we're gonna start wrapping the tortillas like little tacos, like little flautas, like burritos. For all you that don't get it, you're gonna get it now. So I'm just doing a quick 12 of these. They don't take very much time. I already made everything. I seasoned the carnita, the ground beef, and this is how it looks. You wrap it up. Wrap it all up like this, you know. My grandma taught me how to cook. I started learning how to cook with my grandma. My grandma Mane, Guadalupe Montelongo Escobar. She, at one time when she lived in Texas, because we're Tejanos, we're from Texas, but at one time when they lived in Texas, she worked at a restaurant, and she cooked at the restaurant. She made tortillas, fresh tortillas every morning at that restaurant, fresh flour tortillas, which they're so good. Flour, fresh tortillas, yep. And it all started when I was about maybe about 8 years old, 8 or 10 years old. When I would stay with my grandma, I was always with her. I would cry, I want to stay with Mane. I would tell my mom, and my grandma lived across the street. My mom would get mad at times because she wanted me home with her and the family. But I was really attached to my grandma, so she let me stay there most of my during the week. And then sometimes she'll say, "No, Mariquita," because I'm Maria, but my mom calls me Mariquita. She would say, "You got to come home and have dinner with us and your brother and your sisters." And I would go home because even though it was across the street, I still miss being with them. And I'll go home. But anyways, Mane, Mama Grande, that stands for Mama Grande. Grandma, my grandma. I was her first grandbaby, first granddaughter, and she taught me how to cook. She used to tell me, "No te puedes casar hasta que me hagas una olla de arroz." And if you guys have tried to make Mexican rice, you all know that Mexican rice is really hard to make because it has to come out the right consistency, because it has to come out not sticky, you know. And I would laugh, and she's, "A ver, ven y hazme una olla de arroz." And that was my test all the time. El día que sepas hacer arroz, entonces te puedes casar, she would tell me. And there I am. I was young, but I still wanted to learn. I still wanted to learn how to make arroz, Mexican rice. It was so hard to make, I remember. Oh my gosh, it was difficult. No, así no. And then I would ask her, Grandma, how many teaspoons of garlic and how many of, you know, of tomates and tomatoes, and how many of cominos. I remember I would ask her, and she would tell me, "Pues no hay. There's not measurements. How many teaspoons of salt? How many cups of water for the arroz? No, con los ojos. You le tanteas. Eventually, you will learn. You will learn how to make it, and it's just all in the hands and the eyes. How to put the spices in it and everything, and you know, that's how I learned. And then I started making rice, and everybody would tell me, "Oh my God, your rice comes out just like Grandma's and my aunts and my uncles. Your arroz is so good, it comes out like Mom's," which was my grandma, and was my tia's and my tio's mom. And it was so good, oh my gosh, you know, and I'd bring back memories. Hold on, let me get some tortillas. I'm 2 tortillas short. Shit, can't open this. But ahorita I'm gonna put them in the microwave para que se calienten pronto, que nomás son dos. They're just 2 tortillas. But anyways, they would tell me that all the time. So now, every time we have a fiesta or birthday parties, Mother's Day or Mom's birthday, or, you know, they always ask me to make the arroz because my arroz is so delicious. And thank you, family. Peace. You know what I'm good for, to make arroz. Yeah. Anyways, I just got 2 more, 12, 13, 14 enchiladas now that I'm making tonight. So I have the ground beef. I put garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and pepper. And then I have the chili beans aquí. And then I melted down some Velveeta cheese. Okay, and inside the tortillas you're gonna put the ground beef and the shredded cheese, which is charred cheddar. You gotta make sure you use charred cheddar cheese. You know, no te van a salir ricas. Te van a salir okay, you know. But the charred cheddar Kraft cheese is the best. Make sure it's charred cheddar. Inside the tortillas you're gonna put the ground beef and the charred cheddar shredded cheese, okay? That's step 1. ¿Ya salieron? Aquí están las huellas. Put a little bit of cheese, a little bit of carnita. Just showing you guys step by step so you guys know. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, My Amazing Family. I'm also gonna have videos on here, late night talks, girl talk also. So we're gonna have those going on at Chismeando Late Night, you know. And this is my first video that I'm putting on my YouTube channel, but I'll also have lots of really good videos coming up. I'm gonna have birthday parties, my grandkids. I have 3 grandchildren. I have 3 granddaughters and 1 grandson. My 3 boys have one kid each. My oldest son, Jacob, he has 1 daughter that's 12. Her name is Gracie. I call her Gigi. And then my second to the oldest son, Negro. I call him Negro because he's the most moreno one in our family, because he took after his dad. He's really moreno, so I call him Negro. But his name's Julio. He has a daughter, and her name is JC. So I got Gracie, JC, and then my third oldest son, Angel. He has a son named Shia. So Gracie's 12, JC's gonna be 5, and Shia, he's gonna be 4. Okay, those are my 3 grandchildren. But I'm gonna have birthday parties, because I plan all their birthday parties. So I will be also having those videos. Don't forget, we got the late night, ladies' night. Chismeando means gossiping, and I'm gonna be saying some stories. Just reading off stories about stuff that has happened, not just to me, but to other people, that other women that they send me in. I'm gonna read what they send me, and then I'm gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna mention any names. I'm not gonna mention nothing. Nobody. So if you want me to talk about a subject on ladies' night, ladies, go ahead and send me in what you would like me to talk about, and you can tell me your story, and I will talk about it on ladies' night, chismeando night. Okay? All right. So for now, I got the enchiladas right here. They're all rolled up, as you can see, nice and rolled. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn the oven on, preheat that baby to 350, and you're gonna preheat it to 350 for about 20 minutes. Okay, you're gonna cook these enchiladas for about 20 minutes. Okay, next step, vamos a poner. Okay, so now you have the yellow corn tortillas. 14 of them for a pan. That's how many I made. I cooked the ground beef, the chile con carne, chili beans, and then I got the Velveeta melted. Okay, but inside the tortillas, I must remind you, sharp cheddar, Kraft cheese. Make sure it's sharp cheddar, shredded cheese. And the hamburger meat, and the ground beef, hamburger meat, that's what the Tejanos call it, hamburger meat. But ground beef, como le dicen, like they say it, the ground beef and the sharp cheddar cheese is gonna go inside the yellow corn tortillas, and you're gonna roll them up. They're gonna end up looking like this. Okay, next step, the chili beans. We're gonna pour it over, that's gonna be your sauce, okay? Over the rolled up tortillas, okay? The rolled up tortillas. You're gonna put it all in here. This is about, I don't know, 2 cans, okay? I made this one, but you can buy it Nelly's. It works just the same, okay? Okay. Now that I have that all nice and done, put it in the sink, put some water so it'll soak. I'm really clean. I don't know about you all, but that's your life. But man, boy, do I like cleanliness. I clean too much sometimes. Sometimes I get myself into some trouble because just like cleanliness. All right, so this is how it should look with the chili beans arriba. Okay, all right, next step, pay attention. I got the Velveeta. The Velveeta is gonna go on top of the chili beans, and you're gonna spread it slowly, okay? And this is just 1 brick of Velveeta cheese that I melted down, but if you guys want to add more cheese, but personally, I wouldn't add more cheese because si no te van a salir, they're gonna come out too salty. So 1 brick for 14 enchiladas. Okay, you guys? And you guys want to make more than 14? Go ahead. But, you know, it's just me by myself right here. at the house, you know, at my house. So I try to take it easy on what I make, you know. And Angel gets home. My son Angel, he lives with me, and I'm glad that he's. Sometimes he stays here, sometimes he doesn't. He's got his own life going on, you know, his own personal life. And I'm not gonna put him on blast or anything like that, because I don't run his life. He runs his own life, and he does what he does. Okay. But anyways, he'll come home and he'll be hungry. So praise the Lord. This is how they should look, guys. See that? Yummy. All right. So I had a little bit of ground beef left over. So I'm gonna, I'm just gonna spread it around, sprinkle it around, just to make it even, you know, a little bit. Okay, so whatever's left, you know, so it doesn't go to waste. My dogs are right here. They're, as soon as they hear me in the kitchen, they come out. They come out, of course, because they want food. But I try not to give them too many table scraps. They need puppy chow. Puppy chow. Yeah. Okay. So I wash my hands. Da-da-da-da. Okay. Let me drink me some. It's not beer. It's apple juice. 'Cause I don't drink, but that's gonna be in another one of my videos where also I'm gonna be talking about how I used to smoke weed since age 14 and I quit after so many years, and I used to drink beer and go out and party and all that. You know, it's all good if you want to do it. It's on you guys, but hey, I had my run, you know, and it was time to quit, you know, but that's gonna be on another video. All right. So I had a little bit of this shredded sharp cheddar cheese, which I'm gonna put on the top like that, so it'll have some, you know, fuck, it looks good. Yeah. You know, I think I have a little bit of queso in here that I need to use up, so we're gonna remember this cheese. Sharp cheddar is the only one that tastes good on enchiladas y tacos, you know? My kids used to tell me, I used to tell them, Mom, what's for dinner? I said, tacos. Texas tacos or white people tacos? And I will tell them, white people tacos, because guess what? We're not in Texas. But I would make both, you know? I would make both, and they were good, but I would use this for the white people tacos. Or Tejano tacos too, because the Tejanos eat tacos with ground beef, just like the Americanos do. They have ground beef, sharp cheddar cheese, tomatoes, but the only difference that we put potatoes in our ground beef for the tacos with lettuce, tomato, and cheese. But that'll be on another one of my channels also. But of course, once again, I use yellow corn. All right, got it. Yep. All right. The oven is not done preheating, but let me show you guys how this is turning out. Miren qué delicioso van a estar estas enchiladas. All right. Así las voy a poner ahí. Ya está el güey. Yeah, it's done. All right. And then, so they don't dry out. I don't know about you all, but I use this non-stick foil. It works so good. It's new, but it works a miracle. La comida no se pega. You don't have to add no spray or nothing to it. You just put it in here like this. Also, when you do stuff in the oven, like roasted chicken or ribs with vegetables, that's gonna be in another one of my videos. Oh my God. I wrap them in this and put them like little bowls. Take them out. Oh, they come out so ricos. All right, so this is it, guys. It's ready. Clean the bottom so it doesn't smoke in there. All right. go. I'm sticking them in the oven. There you go. All right. Ya se acabó ese pedo. That bullshit is done. Thank God I have a dishwasher because you know what? This Mexicana Chicana doesn't wash dishes because guess what? My whole entire life, I had 5 kids. I still have 5 kids, but they're all grown adults. The youngest is 24, but their whole entire life, I had 5 kids at home, and I would always have to hand wash dishes all the time, pinche piles of dishes every day. So you know what I said? Next time when I get my own place by myself, I'm gonna get me a house that has a dishwasher, because you know what? I'm retired from washing those damn dishes. Yeah, I scrub them sometimes, all the time, and I rinse them, and I put them in the dishwasher because it disinfects them really good. One of my first jobs was at a Mexican restaurant. One moment. Let me put this away. I'm gonna put the timer for 20 minutes. There we go. It's on. All right. One of my first jobs was at a Mexican restaurant in Zilla, Washington. Zilla with a Z, Washington. It's a little town, and really small little town. But one of my very first jobs was at El Ranchito. They used to have a tortilla factory in the back. They made yellow corn tortillas, and they made flour tortillas also. I remember on our lunch break, we were allowed to go back there and get a tortilla for our lunch. Okay, so now next step is gonna be, I'm gonna fry up the arroz, the rice. I'm gonna fry it up, and then I'm gonna fry up the Mexican rice, Tejano style arroz. No cheese, no nothing added to it, just the rice. It tastes bomb with those enchiladas that I made. Oh my God, you guys. Now this rice, I used to add garlics. I used to add all of this, but now I buy this and it has all the spices that I used to use, and I think it has a little bit of salt on this, but I still add a little bit of my sal to make it better, okay? Hey, wherever you can save money, whatever's cheaper, whatever comes out good, hey, that's where we go. Me and Mr. Ronald. Yeah, it was my first job was at a Mexican restaurant, and I remember I was a cook there, and back in the day, they didn't have any labor. They weren't so strict on hiring youngsters to work for them or anything like that. So I had a kid. That's on another one of my videos. Had a kid. I got pregnant at age 13. Had a kid at age 14. Yeah, I had a daughter, and she's wonderful. She's beautiful, and I love her with all my heart. We have a mother-daughter good relationship, me and her. She's my only daughter because I have 4 sons and 1 daughter. But yeah, that's gonna be another one of my videos. But anyways, I needed to get a job. I didn't have a car. I didn't have anything. My mom, she was really strict. I'll take care of your daughter if you want to get a job, okay? So she took care of my daughter. Okay, so let's change the subject for a minute. I put a little bit of oil, cooking oil, a little bit of rice. If you want to make, like me, I'm only cooking for 2 people. 1 cup of rice will make you like a serving for 4 or 5 people, okay? Because remember, when you make rice, it doubles. It expands, it thickens up. Hi, Niger. Yeah, anyways, and I got a job. I went to El Ranchito. My tia worked there. She worked bakery, gift shop. She worked in the restaurant as cashier. But I got hired back then. Now they hire a lot of guys to cook. Back then they had women on the line cooking, making the tacos, enchiladas, rolling them up, and they had barbacoa. They had barbacoa burritos. Oh my God, it was delicious. Tejano style, believe it or not. Whoever was the owner, I think he was a white guy back then. They had nothing but Tex-Mex recipes. Yeah, their frijoles mashed up like my grandma used to make them. Their arroz también. And I got a job there. That was my first cooking job. And I had a full-time job. They would schedule me 40 hours a week, and it was nice. Get some good checks and to take care of my daughter, you know. But yeah, that was my first cooking job. I've been a chef my entire life, and a kitchen manager, a floor manager, restaurant manager, where I've been the assistant general manager for Sherry's. I was a waitress for 10 years at a restaurant called Mal's Diner in Yakima, Washington. That made me a lot of money. I thank the Lord every day for the owner hiring me there, because I had only been a cook. I hadn't ever been a manager. And I was really happy, you know, because I got hired as a waitress, you know, and I made over $400 to $500 a day in tips. Plus, I made my hourly pay, you know, 8 hours a day, you know, and it was good. Minimum wage, you know, whatever. I don't know. I think I was getting paid a little bit over minimum wage. I thank the Lord every day. Thanks, Fred. Thumbs up for you, buddy. You really helped me, because I was struggling being a single mom, trying to make ends meet with kids, you know, and then and all that. You know how it is. It gets hard. It gets difficult. And when I got that job, I was there for 10 years, and from there I went to Hilton Garden as the chef, and I was also a server. I did a lot of different jobs there, and I did big banquets for big weddings, company Christmas parties, all of that, you know. And I cooked also. And then there at Hilton Garden Inn, I became the kitchen manager. And then it was all good though, you know. I was a hard worker. That's where my kids get it from. They get it from me, because I bust my booty. You know, I was a single mom, you know. A single mom most of my kids' life, you know, and still am. Still by myself, you know, because I choose to, not because I want, because I can't find anybody. Because trust me, I can't. So, anyways, yeah, that's the story of that. A little bit of sal for the arrocito. Que ya tiene the spices in it. Nowadays, everything comes